Hi, I'm Samuel. This is me producing my first video for this YouTube channel, and this was surprisingly difficult to come to this conclusion, this way of doing things. I initially tried to go and read a book which once produced a lot of value to me and tried to put together a synopsis chapter by chapter of what's involved in it, what I thought about it, whether or not I thought it was credible, and maybe give some commentary on the writing. Now, there's two main problems with this. First of all, I don't know much about writing to begin with, and so any kind of commentary that I have to put on it would be shallow and lack a certain depth of detail or usefulness to begin with. And secondly, because I have a desire to produce things at a much higher quality than what is reasonable, I shot myself in the foot expecting myself to put things together and understand them much more deeply and much more sophistication and understanding than what was practical given the time and given my current knowledge. And so I decided to just put up a tripod, put my camera, microphone on it, against a blank wall, basic lighting, not perfect as you can see the shadows of my eyes, and just see what came out. Understanding that there's probably going to be some problems with audio, I'm going to recognize some issues with the lighting, and maybe I'll recognize that despite quick adjusting, my position in the frame might not be ideal. I might be able to recognize certain obvious anxieties within myself because clearly I'm not really that comfortable in front of the camera yet. That's something that's supposed to take time and practice. And I did do a little bit of filming of myself once before and became a little bit more comfortable than what I would be now otherwise, but I still have a long way to go to have that real confidence. I still have that wanting to think about what I'm doing and how I look and what my hands are doing, and so I'm not myself. And that's obviously a problem because if you want to be in front of a camera and produce something useful, when you're not yourself, obviously you guys can tell, if not consciously because it's super obvious, unconsciously because it just doesn't feel right. And so, in trying to put together my first video too, hopefully on a daily basis for a period of time, I don't know how long I'll be able to keep that up for. If I'll fail tomorrow or fail 10 days or 20 days or 30 days, 90 days in. But I'll try and be consistent and produce something, even if it's 5 seconds or 10 seconds, or even if for some reason I have something to share and discuss that takes 2 or 3 hours, although I don't think that's very likely. Putting out something now lets me see at least a little bit of what's involved, at least a little bit of what I'm doing right, and much more so what I'm doing wrong. It lets me see what doesn't look nice, what doesn't feel nice, what doesn't sound nice, and hopefully someone will see it and maybe they'll comment on it. Maybe one of you guys, if anyone is watching, will actually tell me what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing well, where I suck or where I'm doing well. And clearly there's not a scripted and intentional message here. This is just me standing in front of a camera and saying something, anything, to get some kind of message out. If not for an audience, for myself, just to become familiar, and for the discomfort of posting something on the internet with myself in it. I'm probably going to jump cut this so that it's a little bit more fluid compared to my general speech. But at least I will have put something up, even if it's mediocre, even if there's no value and no depth, even if I know that it is of low quality, even if I know that it doesn't present something that I can be proud of. I need to produce something so that I can fix anything, because I don't know what to produce, but I do know what I can fix once I've produced. Hopefully. Especially if you guys let me know. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If this was somehow useful, that's great. Feel free to leave a thumbs up or a subscribe if you want to follow and see if anything happens. And I really appreciate you taking the time to come and watch this, knowing that it probably hasn't been very useful to you. I hope you all have a good one, and I'll catch you next time. Hopefully, presuming I follow through and continue to make more videos. Yeah, that's it, hey. That wasn't so bad. Plain, white wall, filmed, talked about. I suppose I can take some comfort in knowing that I don't actually have to post this, do I? And so even if I suck, even if I look awkward, even if I look weird, it's still gonna be okay. Now I'm thinking about it and I'm feeling awkward again. It just doesn't work. Anyway, this is much better than yesterday when I spent like 8 hours basically trying to prepare things and look into a book and write notes and script it, and realizing that I came off as a narcissistic asshole. And that narcissistic asshole wasn't representative of me or what my values are. To this, where I'm just hopefully a little bit more organically, a little bit truthfully, even if not producing something of use. Sharing something that's true, at least. Something which is at least somewhat consistent to who I am. And although there was a ending thing of like and subscribe if you like what's in here kind of thing, even though that was somewhat centered in this, I kept going, so it's lost structure, it's lost sense. Maybe I'll change this around, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll cut these parts out, maybe I'll keep them. I guess that's the comfort of knowing that you can edit it together and make it look organic, make it look real, make it look sound. And hopefully when I do have an idea, I will have learned something here that'll help me do it a little better. Present it in a way that looks a little nicer.